telling you a story, and for this story, could I have a suggestion of... this story is going to be called The Mystery of the... Monkeys. The Mystery of the Monkeys. We'll be telling this story one at a time. John will begin the story. It'll be picked up by Jonathan, who will carry the story on seamlessly. We'll be telling the same story, but a little chunk of it each. But there's just one wrinkle in that we each get a different style of author. So, Jonathan.
Yeah, any style of author at all, anything you fancy. I only read small books.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Can I have just a genre of fiction, please?
Crime.
Crime. Thank you. I heard that first.
Could I have an author, please?
Emily Bronte.
Emily Bronte.
And could I have a contrasting author, please? From
Virginia Woolf.
Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf. She contrasts with herself half the time.
Suicidal, drowning, very wet. From Bloomsbury. So the story is The Mystery of the Monkeys. Mystery of the Monkeys. In the styles of...
Dr. Seuss. Crime.
Emily Bronte.
Virginia Woolf.
Tiny bonobo in a hat. Look at him. Look at that. Sat there eating bits of cheese, picking off his monkey fleas. Watch him going to the door. What's his hat here on the floor? Picks up hat, puts it on, walks around, sings a song.
The song he sang was about when he had a gun in his little monkey hand. What had that bonobo been doing? Why did he have the gun? Just because he had the gun, did it mean he was the one who pulled the trigger? Was he the man who had died? No, he was a monkey. He couldn't be the man who died. But he wasn't, because he was dancing. You just heard that. So he clearly wasn't dead unless he'd been reanimated, and that hadn't happened. Clearly, we needed a detective. The detective was an orangutan who had 40 long years in the business. An orangutan who wore a horrible jacket. Just one thing the orangutan would say, because it could talk. Oh, you a monkey? Have you killed someone? You have, it was you. You did it. But that didn't happen this time. The little bonobo said nothing.
The bonobo absent-mindedly smeared its feces over its face, as it recalled its time in Chesham. Ah, Chesham, before their house was repossessed by Lord Archer, the evil landlord whose dominion reigned over that small rural part of Kent like a cloak over a cake. As the monkey wistfully ate a whisper bar and absent-mindedly masturbated, it recalled that time when it had to move from the delightful grounds of the Abbey and live in a tiny hat with 4 other bonobo monkeys, all hoping that one day the inheritance that would be theirs would come to them. Why, that their disappeared father, who had gone to fight in the Crimean War, Napoleonic Wars, would return one day with his fortune and thus bestow it upon them and cover them in bananas rather than their own feces, which is what they existed on as a diet. So poor were they, so downtrodden inside the hat. Oh, 2 claps. With these claps you are spoiling me.
And all this time, Leslie stared at the bonobo husband of hers, smearing himself with feces, masturbating, and thinking, he masturbates. He masturbates. And I lie here unfulfilled with my classes in archery. He doesn't notice them. With my little ticker tape parade that I hold for myself in my mind. As I cry tears, little bananas. And I stare at my barren monkey ovaries, which I endlessly fill with a parade of strangers. Strangers.
So while the monkey covered in crap, let's sit back and then recap. Orangutan, he came with gun, and groundy, groundy ground. The ground was pink, a sticky bun, a apple and a dingle, and some fun that frolics in a nooble hole and jumps with me and dances so, and then I go and double down and lie upon the doggy ground. But who did kill the Slefalor? Was it Bungle, the